Welcome to the 12-Minute Leadership Podcast, where in 12 minutes or less, I'll share small things that you can put into immediate practice that will make a big difference in your leadership effectiveness. I'm your host, Elise Boggs Morales, leadership professor, consultant, and coach. For the last 17 years, I have helped thousands of leaders level up their influence and achieve remarkable results. If you want to trade compliance for true commitment and create your dream team, you are in the right place. Get ready for a quick hit of practical wisdom to increase your team's engagement, inspire top performance, and retain your best talent. Ready to level up your influence and get better results? 12 minutes starts now. Hi everyone, Elise here. Welcome back to the podcast. In the last couple of episodes, we've been talking about executive retreats, what they are and how they differ from strategic offsites. Today, I want to answer a really important question. Why do high-performing leadership teams invest in executive retreats in the first place? On the surface, it can feel like a luxury. Time away from the business, leaders off the grid, focused on conversations that don't always feel urgent, and yet, the strongest leadership teams I work with don't see retreats as optional. They see them as essential. Here's the mindset shift they've made. High-performing teams don't use retreats to step away from the work. They use retreats to strengthen how they lead the work. That distinction matters. Most leadership teams are incredibly good at staying busy. Meetings, decisions, updates, execution. But being busy is not the same as being effective. Over time, even strong teams can start to feel slightly misaligned, a bit reactive, less open and transparent than they used to be, and more transactional in how they operate. Nothing is broken, but something is off. And that's often where retreat work becomes so valuable. In this episode, I'm going to share 5 reasons why the best teams invest in executive retreats. Number 1, they protect alignment before it slips. High-performing teams understand that alignment is not a one-time achievement. It's something that needs to be maintained. Priorities shift, pressure increases, new challenges emerge. Without intentional space to realign, teams can slowly drift. Retreats create the space to step back and ask, are we still aligned on what matters most, or have we started interpreting things differently? Number 2, they strengthen trust before it erodes. Trust doesn't usually break all at once. It erodes slowly through missed conversations, unspoken frustrations, and assumptions that go unaddressed. Strong teams don't wait until trust is damaged. They create a space to maintain it, to have conversations that don't always happen in day-to-day work, to clear things that have been sitting just below the surface. Number 3, they address tension instead of managing around it. Every leadership team has tension, different perspectives, competing priorities, strong personalities. The difference is high-performing teams don't ignore tension. They work through it. They know that unmanaged tension doesn't disappear. It shows up in decisions, in communication, in execution. Retreats give teams a structured space to address what's real before it becomes disruptive. Number 4, they increase their capacity to make better decisions. This is a big one. When trust is strong, when alignment is clear, when communication is open, decision-making improves. Faster, cleaner, more effective. Not because the decisions themselves are easier, but because the team is operating at a higher level. And finally, number 5, they invest in the leadership system, not just the strategy. Most organizations invest heavily in strategy. Far fewer invest in leadership system that executes the strategy. How decisions get made, how conflict is handled, how communication flows, how accountability is maintained. High-performing teams understand the quality of their results is directly tied to the quality of how they lead together, and retreats are one of the most effective ways to strengthen that system. I've seen teams come into a retreat thinking that they need to focus on strategy, and what becomes clear very quickly is the strategy isn't the issue. It's how the team is working together, where communication is breaking down, where alignment isn't as strong as it appears, or where conversations are being avoided. And once those things are addressed, everything else becomes easier, including the strategy. So the biggest question I get is, what is the return on investment for this type of work? Is this just a kumbaya session? It's not. The tangibles are faster execution, fewer miscommunications, more effective meetings, clear decisions, stronger accountability, healthier team dynamics, and often less rework because decisions are made more cleanly the first time. So here's a question for you. When something isn't working on your leadership team, do you tend to focus on fixing the plan, or do you step back and examine how the team is operating? Because high-performing teams do both, but they don't skip the second. So in closing, executive retreats are not about stepping away from performance. They are about strengthening the conditions that make high performance possible. And the strongest teams don't wait until something breaks to invest in that work. They do it proactively, understanding that their leadership is not just about what they do, it's about how they do it together. And in our next episode, we'll go one step further and explore what actually happens inside an executive retreat and what makes one truly effective. So, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Share it with another leader who needs it. I'll see you next time.
Like what you heard on today's episode and want to go deeper? Subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode. You can also pick up my book, Lead Anyone, on Amazon. Then, go to my website to check out ways that we can support your leadership goals. From executive retreats to customized training and coaching, my team of experts will help you level up your leadership and accelerate your results. Go to www.eliseboggs.com for more info.